Okay. Hey guys. Today I'm looking at fixing up this lamp that I've got. It's a typical desk lamp, however the battery in it broke. It's kind of just died, too much use, and so I'm going to slap on a battery and a battery charging unit on it as well. And then with that, should be good as new. So here's the completed project. I've chucked on a battery management system with mini USB with an 18650 holder that a 18650 can go into, and then I can have the light turn on and off, and I can put it anywhere I want. Nice and portable as intended in the first place with this thing. Ready to go. If you want to see how I did this, keep watching. So the setup for this is I'm going to use this charger. There's already a charging port in the back which takes a 5 volt in port, but it's a circular one, it's not USB. The USB module that I bought uses mini USB, which kind of sucks, but I do have a mini USB cord for, well, actually for the recorder that I'm using right now, which is fine. It's fine. Could have bought something cheaper, could have gone with micro USB, but we'll work with it. What I want to check is to see what voltage actually comes out of here, because I've looked at the circuitry inside of this and it already outputs a 5 volt charging output into what was the old battery. So this is the old battery, and at the moment it has a nominal 3.7 volts, which is around about the same as a typical 18650. Some of you may be familiar with these. They're quite ubiquitous across many electronic products that have batteries in them already, but there's this one's quite unique to this lamp, but it's gone old. It doesn't hold a charge very well. I've had this thing for about 3 years, and so it's finally kind of just given up the ghost. So I'm throwing that away, and I need to check how much voltage is coming out of this module, just to see how charging, if I can still charge the lamp still through this 5 volt input, because there's 5 volts that comes from USB. That's the voltage that comes through USB when you charge things, and it fixes it so that you don't overcharge your batteries, because these batteries only put out a nominal 3.7. They charge up to about 4.2 volts, but then they come down as they get used. You shouldn't always apply a 5 volt output onto them, because it can hurt them if you put them on for too long, but also if you put too much current through them as well. But I'll check to see what voltage comes through, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I got it plugged in. I've got another battery bank charger of sorts, of power bank, and there's a whole bunch of 18650s even in this. These are quite useful for charging things on the go. So on the unit itself, you have an LED charging light, and that means that it's getting powered. And you'll see, well, you might not be able to see, but on the right hand side there is where you're supposed to attach the battery, and on the left hand side is where you put in 5 volts in, or you can just use the USB, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So just checking to see what kind of voltage is actually coming out of this thing. Red to red, black to black. Okay, so this is saying 4.11 volts, which is what the battery, that would be safe for a battery, so that's fine. But it makes me think that I won't be allowed to use the 5 volt input on here, because if I do, it could break the circuitry in here. We'll see how that goes. If it breaks, I'll just buy another one. Cool, so far I've soldered together the bits and pieces. The battery pack is now soldered to the essentially battery management system. And if I plug this in, blue light comes on, which means that it's getting power. And then when you put an 18650 battery in, a red light turns on, which must mean it's charging, which is great. And then also we need to make sure that voltage is actually coming out, and it should be, and we're getting the voltage. And that's saying 3.88 volts. And we're ready to go. I'll hot glue it on. I'm just going to put it on the outside like this, because I just don't, just because I don't particularly care. It's not for anyone else, it's just for me. So okay, cool. So looks like it's done. I'll just show you a close up. So I've just kind of thrown it together. You got your battery pack, your module, battery charging module, or battery management system, and then the wires go through and connect to this side. So this is the actual circuitry for the lamp itself. This is like a capacitive touch button that's on this side. It gives you the on and off. So that's that white wire. The rest of it is a charging LED for using the 5 volts. And these small wires are the ones that go to the lamp itself to light up the LEDs. And so you can see on here I've wired up the battery with just some random wire that I found around the place and hooked it up, red being positive, black being negative as per usual. And I've just routed it through a hole that I drilled here, and the original wire wasn't long enough, so I've covered it up with some heat shrink, and I'll be shrinking that heat shrink to make sure that it doesn't connect with anything else in there. But otherwise, that's what it kind of looks like. This space here was the original battery. It was here, and it provides a bit of weight. It had this little cover on it that went on top to hold it in. And so what I'll do is I might actually keep the battery in there. I don't think it'll leak, but it'll help the lamp to stay standing upright. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome. This is a lamp that I use a lot at my desk at home, and so it means I don't have to work in the dark. Again, this is not the prettiest thing. If I was going to make something like this for someone, I would cover this up, but because it's just for me and it doesn't really matter, I just wanted to slap something together and get it working, see how it works. It's a bit of fun. And so by all means you can do things like this, but if you have like kids or pets at your home, you probably don't want to do something like this. You don't want wires like this hanging out. This will be used in a bedroom as well, so I don't have to worry too much about it getting water on it or anything like that. However, this itself, the lamp itself, is not at all waterproof or supposed to be used in any rugged environments anyway. So I figured, considering all those, and because of the context that this is being used in, because it's only a personal thing, it doesn't really matter whether it's hanging out or not. It's should be good. I might put a label on here showing positive and negative, just to make that really clear. I'm not sure if this actually would survive a reverse polarity condition. Actually, it doesn't say that on this charger module, so we shall see. But yeah, keep tinkering, muck around, stay safe, don't do dumb stuff. So cheers guys.